Hey, what's up guys? It's Alex here, Total Online Blueprint. In this quick video, what I want to do is give you an introduction to WordPress. To talk a little bit about why I use it for client websites, why I use it for my own websites, some of the pros and cons, some of the things that I think you should be aware of about WordPress before you delve in, and also to clear up some of the confusion which is created about what WordPress is and what it does and doesn't do, and so on and so forth. So what we'll do is, if we just delve in here, what I want to deal with first is what exactly is WordPress. When you talk about basically building a business website for or with WordPress, really what we're referring to is WordPress content management system. A content management system is simply a system which allows the individual or the business to manage the content within their website moving forward. So anything down to the blog posts, the content, the written content, media, photograph, video uploads, and so on and so forth. And also it allows you to manage some of the more intricate areas of your website. So it could be an e-commerce website and you need to manage your products and stuff like that. Okay, so an open source content management system, which is what WordPress is, really just means that the code for the system is kind of out there, and it's set up so that individual developers and programmers can develop features and functionality for that system. So what you'll find with WordPress is, and one of the things we'll discuss as we move into this, is what I love about WordPress is the flexibility of the functionality of the system. So you can basically, regardless of what your goal is with the system, you can pretty much endlessly customize your website for your own individual needs. And one of the real reasons for that is that it is open source. So hundreds and thousands and probably hundreds of thousands of developers around the world are consistently outputting little snippets of code, which are referred to in the WordPress ecosystem as plugins. They're constantly developing these things to make sites better, more efficient, more functional for businesses and users, and of course the end user, your customers of your business. Okay, so that's really what an open source content management system is, and that's what WordPress is at its core. Okay, so the next area I'd like to discuss is what I kind of feel is often a potentially confusing topic area, which is the WordPress.com versus WordPress.org concept. Because if you were an entrepreneur and you went online and you just had heard about WordPress, the information that's out there may be somewhat confusing. For instance, WordPress.com is the original WordPress, which is really geared for providing blogs and content online. But WordPress.org is the one that we're talking about here today, which is the full-blown content management system, which is highly customizable for you as a business, or for us as an agency, or for a programmer out there to be able to customize. WordPress.com is very much a more locked down ecosystem, not as fluid or as flexible a system as WordPress.org. So what I'm going to do is just quickly show you across the two different sites so you can see which is which. This is WordPress.com. So this is both by the way are free systems. So in that sense there's no difference, but in the functionality sense there's quite a big difference. WordPress.com is the free kind of blog version of the website. And it just doesn't have the customizing options that WordPress.org does have. So what you can do is you can sign up for a free account and you can basically blog online, and you can choose a design for your blog and so on. What you'll find is that for the most part, WordPress.com, if you sign up for an account, you'll be stuck with their domain. So if your name is Joe Blogs and you want to set up a new business blog, if you go to WordPress.com, what will happen is by default you will be given a subdomain of their WordPress.com website. So your blog will be joeblogs.wordpress.com. So it's not joeblogs.com or joeblogsblog.com or anything like that. Okay? WordPress.org, which is this website, is the one that we're talking about, and the one that you'll see all the training for throughout my courses. And this is the full-blown, highly functional content management system, which you can see here. It's constantly being updated, so you get new updates every now and then. A lot of themes, plugins, etc. That you can use for it. And this is the one that you want to be looking for if you're building a business website. The reason for that is that as I've said before, it's highly customizable. So what you'll find is you can go onto a marketplace like ThemeForest, which you'll see I show you how to use in some of my other videos. But if you go into WordPress, you can basically choose from thousands and thousands of different themes, many of which are really high quality, beautiful themes. Most of them are, if not all of them these days, are responsive, so they'll work on mobile devices by default. It's a brilliant way to work. What happens is you install your WordPress.org content management system, and then you overlay these themes, whatever your chosen theme is. And that basically means you can create a website that looks exactly like, for instance, this example that I'm bringing up. So you can see there the features and functionality are very modern, very cutting edge, nice little hover over effects. This is just for this individual theme, of course, they're all different. And you'll also see that as we make the screen smaller, the layout changes as well. That just means it's responsive, okay? So that's one of the beauties of the WordPress.org system, is that it is customizable. You install WordPress as a content management system, you overlay the design that you like, and as I say, I mean, there's thousands and thousands, even on this marketplace there are thousands, so you get endless flexibility there. But that is really to dispel any of the confusion. WordPress.com is the basic WordPress blog site. WordPress.org is the one you should be using for your businesses. So hopefully that clears up the WordPress.com versus WordPress.org, and also lays out what WordPress itself is when we discuss WordPress for business use. So it's a content management system, or CMS, and then basically you lay your chosen design or theme over it, and then you can customize that theme pretty much endlessly. You can either do it within the theme itself, or if the functionality that you're looking for is not available within that chosen theme, you can get a programmer involved and they can customize it as well. Okay, so there are 7 major reasons that I use WordPress for most of my own websites, but also for my client websites as well. The design element we've just discussed. There's a huge marketplace out there that you can buy beautifully, highly crafted designs for your website, and then all you do is you install that design on your WordPress theme. Saves a ton of money, saves a ton of time, and gives you a high quality theme without very much effort or very much cost at all. Most WordPress themes, well, you can get WordPress themes that are free, but if you want something that's going to look really high end, you're probably going to be looking at an outlay of somewhere between $40 to maybe $100 max. The one we looked at on ThemeForest just a few minutes ago, it was $58. One-time payment. You download the theme, you can install it and use it for your business. Okay, so that's the design element. You've got a lot of flexibility with the design, and there's a lot of high quality designs out there. Next on the list of reasons that I use WordPress is the flexibility aspect. So not only do you get beautiful designs that are out there, which save a lot of time, but also the customizability of the system and the themes themselves just means that it's very flexible across multiple industries. You know, in our agency, we've made websites for clients as diverse as restaurateurs, photographers, fitness gurus, consultants, solicitors, realtors. I mean, the list kind of is pretty endless. Internet marketers, e-commerce websites, rental websites. The flexibility of that alone across multiple industries is massive, and that's the big pull from my perspective in terms of being able to serve clients to a very high level and build them excellent websites, save them a lot of money, and then be able to use those websites to really market them effectively online. That's where we as an agency come in. That's where our expertise is lent to clients, is really the online marketing funnel concept. So flexibility is huge. Functionality as a result of that is huge. So for instance, if you install WordPress on your website and you get a theme, you can customize that theme with a lot of different functionality, from social media sharing to review systems, e-commerce systems, so you can sell your stuff online, manage your stock. You can create forums and membership websites, secure portals for delivering, for instance, information products, and to accept payments online. It can all be channeled through WordPress. The functionality itself is huge. I'll show you very, very quickly into one of our websites. So this is the back end of WordPress, most recent version as we speak. And you'll see down the left hand side here, there are an awful lot of different pieces of software in terms of functionality. So just to grab a few of them and explain how varied they are. This plugin, Optimize Press, is an online marketing plugin, so you can create landing pages and sales pages separate from your normal website, but you can do that all within here. If we go into SEO, then that's our search engine optimization plugin that we use. So it means that we can optimize individual pages, posts, elements of our website to be effectively sourced by Google and other search engines. We also have another internet marketing plugin here, SumoMe, we use. We've got Quick Cache plugin, which basically speeds up the performance of your website. We've got an online backup plugin to back up our website in case the worst should happen and we were to get hacked. We've got advertising blocks on our website. We've got a portfolio, which actually came with a theme. We've got a membership plugin, so we can create a membership website with our normal WordPress website. We've got a statistics area where we can check how traffic is coming to the website. If we go into install plugins, then you'll be able to see all the different plugins and the way it works. We've got contact forms, related posts, Google Plus comments, form plugins, so we can create those. Integration of our email marketing campaigns into our website. This is the sales online marketing funnel creation tool. We've got basically a performance profiler plugin. We've got all sorts of different things. Some of these need, in fact, a lot of these need updated, so I'm going to have to go through all that. There's a testimonials widget, a short codes widget where we can create buttons and things like that. So you'll see there that the variety of functionality that's on the website. That's at the back end. That's how you manage your WordPress website. This is just a standard WordPress installation. If we go to the front end of the website, then this is what people see. So this is our kind of homepage. We have all these different layouts of just images and calls to action. We have our consultancy page. So the page, if I go to this, you'll see that this page is actually built using one of the plugins that we have, which is the Optimize Press plugin. So we've specifically built this page for conversion using Optimize Press. So it's almost like a theme unto itself. And there's one of the little pop-ups that come up for the internet marketing thing to build our email marketing list as well. And there's a little membership page as well. So people can actually come on, join our website through this page. And there's a video embedded. We've got testimonials, little feature boxes, call to action buttons, all designed within that single plugin. So that just hopefully gives an illustration of the flexibility of the system and the functionality therein. So you can basically create whatever your website that you're trying to build. You can basically be almost guaranteed that you can create it with WordPress. I'll discuss in a minute the instances where perhaps WordPress isn't the best solution as well, because you've got to be realistic about these things. No system out there is perfect. Okay, so number 4 in the list, the reason I love WordPress, future-proofing. We'd seen there the way you can install WordPress and build a website of content through WordPress, and then you can overlay your chosen aesthetic, your chosen website design on top of that. That's part of the beauty of it, is that basically WordPress content management system houses a database of all your content. So we started using WordPress about 6 or 7 years ago in our business, and we have a library of content, of images and videos and blog posts that date back 7 years. Now, if we want to change the design of our website, we don't need to worry about starting from scratch or having to take that content, try and migrate it over to a new system, make it work. We don't have to worry about anything like that. All we have to do is simply go in, choose a new design for our website, install it, overlay it onto the WordPress system. All our content stays in place, and then we can customize the website to fit with that content and make sure that it looks exactly as we would like it to. But the key there is that all your content is safe and stored locally on the database that is linked to your WordPress content management system. So you could have 5, 10, 20 different iterations of your website design over a decade or more. And all you'll need to do is worry about the design. You don't need to shift systems over or anything like that. So you can actually grow your business on the WordPress platform very, very simply, which future-proofs the whole system immeasurably. Okay, next on the list then, search engine friendly. It's an important component that you got to think about when you're building a website, is search engine optimization. Are people going to be able to find you in Google? Of course, there's more that goes into that than simply having a good content management system. You've got to think about optimizing your content, your individual pages, posts, images, getting people to link back to your website, getting people to engage with your content, on social media and commenting on your blog, for instance. That's all true, but at its core, WordPress is a very search engine friendly system. It's coded well, it's simple, it's constantly updated, and you can then build upon that foundation. So that's an important thing to consider as well. A lot of content management systems out there are simply not that good when it comes to their core foundation. I've used a lot of the ones in the past that just proved a nightmare, not only from a search engine standpoint, but also just functionality and also future development potential, which they couldn't match up to WordPress. And that's why, after testing tens of different content management systems, including Joomla, ModX, Cushy, Drupal, and all those other systems that are out there, we actually ended up settling on WordPress for our own websites, but also for our client websites as well. And that's where we just decided to basically specialize in WordPress websites. The penultimate major reason that I love WordPress, and I love it for our clients, is that just from a usability perspective, really you don't need any technical skills whatsoever. If you were to follow the course that we have, the Total Online Blueprint, it shows you exactly how to build your website, install WordPress, install a theme, what to choose, how to choose your theme, what features and functionality to make sure are part of that theme, and how to install it and how to customize it and so on. Now, while WordPress itself is very, very simple to use in terms of if you want to add content to it, add media, add new blog posts, add video and so on, you definitely do not need any technical expertise for that element. There is the potential where you may want to customize your website with some of that bespoke functionality that we discussed, like for instance, an e-commerce system or something like that. Or you may just want to change the aesthetic of your website ever so slightly, and you're not sure how to do that. So in that instance, yes, you would bring on board a programmer or somebody who had expertise with WordPress. Excuse me. But at its core, WordPress is a system that you need no technical expertise whatsoever in order to manage. All you need to do is just watch a few tutorial videos, get involved in it. It's very much like editing and posting or sending an email in terms of the editing area of WordPress. Very, very simple, very intuitive over time, a pretty fast learning curve, but not something you need to worry about in terms of it's going to take you forever. To me, it's the best system in terms of it being an intuitive system that requires no technical expertise. Okay, last on the list then, is speed of fulfillment, as I call it. And really all I mean by that is the speed with which you could start, for instance, today, and have a website live ready for your content by tomorrow, really, if not this afternoon, if you're starting in the morning. And basically what I mean by that is, and you'll see through some of our tutorials, we actually experiment with this and show you exactly how to do it across different types of hosting services like GoDaddy and Heart Internet and so on. But you will see that if you go to register a domain today, for instance, www.yourbusinessname.com, so you go onto GoDaddy and you register your domain right now, and then you bolt on a hosting service, and then you install WordPress using their one-click installation system. And then you go to one of our recommended marketplace providers for your design, and you find a design, you buy it, you download it, you install it using the instructions that we show you. Your website could literally be live within 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, if you fulfill all those aspects at the same time. So you can go on right now, buy your domain, and have the basis of your website live within about an hour. So you don't need to wait 6, 12, 18, 20 something weeks for a developer to build your system from scratch, your website from scratch. You could have the basis of it sitting ready live on the internet by the end of the day. And that's another one of the really compelling reasons that we use WordPress for our client websites as well. And that's not to say that you don't need to customize the system or add functionality to it. That can take time, no doubt about it. Some of our websites will take 12 weeks to develop, even with using a WordPress theme at its basis, because we'll customize the theme, we'll design it up, tweak it for clients, we'll implement our expertise, make sure it's geared for conversion and traffic and so on, and then we'll put in a system of content in place behind that, and then we'll market that website and develop a strategy and so on. So all that stuff takes time, that's true. But the initial setup phase of how quickly can I get my domain, get my basic website live, and then start to fill it out with content, literally minutes, if not hours. Hours maximum. You can do it in minutes. There's an experiment video within the course that I show you how we did it in, I think it was 15 minutes for $10 or something like that. So that is really, in a nutshell, the major reasons that I use WordPress for most of my websites and also most of my client websites. Okay, so we've discussed a little bit of this already, so I just want to rush through this. What type of WordPress or what type of websites can be built using WordPress? Basically, any business website that needs the following functionality can be built. E-commerce, so if you want to sell your physical products or your services online, it can be done with WordPress. Online marketing, creating squeeze pages, sales pages for email marketing, creating viral content and sending that out to your network can all be done through WordPress. Membership websites, so you'd seen there when I showed you our agency website, a component of that is a membership website, and we used a plugin. Plugin is just a little snippet of software, a little bit of software that adds functionality to your website. But we used a plugin called MemberMouse for that, and we basically built a membership website on our WordPress content management system. So all our premium content is hidden behind that membership security portal, and only people who are logged in or are paying subscribers to our website can access that specific content. So if you're looking to create a membership website or a forum website or something like that, WordPress can be used to do that. Standard business presences, I mean, this is just a very simple thing, but I mean, this is the easiest way to build. If you just want a portfolio website or a corporate website for your consultancy practice, or if you're an accountant or a solicitor or something like that, WordPress is easily the best system to just build a very simple corporate site for you within a matter of hours, and then of course overlaying your content on top of that. Another good thing it's for, in addition to membership websites, are training websites, so you can actually host your premium content. For instance, you're watching this video now, we could host this video on our WordPress website and create a course of content for it. It can be done by using WordPress and we have done it in the past. I personally have done it in the past. There are a couple of little caveats with WordPress. When it's not suitable for your specific needs, I would say, are when you want bespoke functionality. If you're creating, for instance, an app that collects very sensitive information from users, or has very bespoke functionality, so something that's way out there which is completely unique to you, it may not be suitable to use WordPress. And the reason for that is that there is a plethora of software options available for WordPress, and the functionality of that is extensive, as I've shown you. But if it is a completely unique concept that you yourself have created, which is a very real possibility, then it may require completely bespoke from the ground up programming. Okay, sometimes then as well, if you look at the stock inventory integrations, what I mean by that is WordPress is not that often the best for instance, if you use a very specific inventory system software, it's not a given that WordPress will integrate well with that, or it'll be possible to integrate with that system. So if you have been using something to manage stock across multiple warehouses, for instance, WordPress may not be able to integrate that into the website. Now, that's not to say that you can't build your front-end corporate website using WordPress, and then the stock inventory is a completely separate thing altogether. But that would be a matter of basically going to your inventory provider or your bespoke software provider and asking them and saying, look, can we integrate this with WordPress? Or getting your programmer or a programmer to look into it and say, look, is it possible to take this software which we use and is integral to our business and build it into a potential WordPress website? So those are the two instances that I see where it isn't always a suitable system. Now, here are a couple of instances where WordPress does work. It can be done. We've done it in the past and been very successful with it, but you can actually probably do better than using WordPress. First of which is a membership website. There are a lot of software options out there in terms of integrating membership functionality into your WordPress website, and they are very good plugins. There's plugins like Magic Members, Wishlist Member, and MemberMouse, which you'd seen on one of our websites just a short while ago. They're all very good, and there are other ones out there, S2 Member and so on. They're all pretty well programmed up, and they work pretty well, and they secure your content, and they take payments online, and you hook them up to your bank account or your PayPal account or your ClickBank account and so on. But what I find is that if you're looking for something that is completely user-friendly and hassle-free, there is a little bit more that goes into your WordPress website when you're trying to do it that way than if you use a standalone system that handles membership websites. For instance, we have used in the past a website called Kajabi.com. At the moment, you could well be viewing this video on KajabiNext.com, which is a training portal. Kajabi offer basically a complete one-stop shop for creating a membership website. So you can create landing pages, squeeze pages, funnels that include, incorporate your payment systems in there, and they basically look after the whole login system, the security element of your website. So in that instance, you don't need to worry about WordPress. The downside of it is that those types of standalone systems like Kajabi are costly. They're anywhere from $99 a month up to maybe $300 a month. Whereas WordPress, you could probably do it for a one-off $99 and then build the system behind that to deliver your secure content behind rigid security systems. But as I've said, that's maybe where it's becoming more complex. You need to really know how to work WordPress, and it's more hassle-free if you use a standalone system like Kajabi. For instance, if you have an entire membership course or training course that you want to load up onto your website, With Kajabi, you can load your videos onto it. You can post everything in behind the secure content portal. With WordPress, what you'll need to do is a little bit more labor intensive. So to create a single post and to make that secure and to make sure it attaches to a specific membership level, you've got to make sure that your system is set up well at the back end first of all. And I'm not saying, as I've said, that it doesn't work. We use it still for specific websites, and we have used it, and we use it for client websites as well. But if you're looking for something that is completely hassle-free, a system like Kajabi is probably going to be a more hassle-free method, but more costly at the same time. So there's always that balance between cost and functionality and security and ease of use and hassle-free type experiences. Okay, so those are maybe the elements where WordPress isn't the ideal, but it may be budget dependent, in which case you can certainly create membership websites, content delivery networks, and training portals to secure premium content by using WordPress without a problem. So just in synopsis then, just basically to run over the reasons why I love WordPress, why I normally use it for client websites. Design, flexibility, functionality, future-proofing, search engine friendly, no technical skills, and speed of fulfillment are my major pulls for WordPress. We don't use it for every client website. I don't use it for every website that we have. But if it's suitable and it's going to be the best solution for a client, and it is, to be fair, 95% of the time, then we will use it. And it's a fantastic system. I cannot recommend it highly enough. If you are getting into WordPress, remember it's wordpress.org, not wordpress.com, that you want to run your business website on. And if you need any help with how to do all that, the training course is there at Total Online Blueprint. You can make use of that. It takes you step by step through everything to do with building and populating your WordPress website, even as detailed as how to register your domain, set up hosting, install WordPress, and where to choose your themes, how to choose your themes, right up to how to market that website effectively, how to get traffic to it, how to gear it for conversion so visitors are coming to your website and clicking the contact button or the buy now button or whatever it is. So if you do need help with that, please check out the full course. And in the meantime, hopefully that was helpful in terms of laying out what WordPress is all about and clearing up some of the confusion that can be present around what WordPress is, what it does and doesn't do, what it's great for, what it potentially could be better for. And as always, please engage with us. If you have any comments or questions, please do make use of the comments facility if it's there on the page where you're watching this video. And have a great day. Hope it was of help, and enjoy WordPress.